Today I'm going to show you how to create this look right here. I wore it to a family gathering last weekend and it looked so pretty. I got so many compliments. And I'm going to get started here with my Anastasia primer. I'm going to prime my lids. So this is a green gold look that apparently it started trending recently. People are calling it, and I'm just using a fluffy brush to apply the primer. People are calling it the dirty martini look, I guess because you have olive green eyeshadow. Dirty martini has an olive. An olive is green. So let's just call this look a dirty martini. Who knows how these trends begin? Who actually names the trend? And we're gonna do something fun. On the left side, I'm gonna do the look just how I did it last week. And then on the right hand side, I'm gonna attempt to recreate it using all drugstore products. By the way, I had finished using the primer. Now I'm just putting some foundation on that eyelid just so that I have the whole face looking the same color. And for foundation, I am using the KVD Good Apple Serum High Coverage Foundation. I have not tried to recreate it just using drugstore products, so we're gonna see how it comes out. I am hoping that you won't be able to tell the difference between both sides. First step, I'm gonna take my House Labs cream eyeshadow in the shade Cocoa Matte. Put it here in the back of my hand. And then I have an It Cosmetics brush here without a name. It came in a set. And I'm gonna take a little bit of that cream and I'm just gonna start putting it here on the lid. Now that I have the cream placed where I want it, I'm just gonna start buffing over the edge to soften it. Now I'm grabbing a bigger brush, a clean big brush, and using it just to go over the crease because I want to diffuse to soften that edge. There we go. So now we have a nice gradient going from the brown up to the skin color. Okay, this is what it looks like. Now let's go over to do the same thing on the drugstore side. So at the drugstore, I saw this pot of cream shadow from Revlon. It's called Revlon Color Stay in 720 Chocolate, and I am hoping that this will be very similar. Okay, let's open this up. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, the color looks promising. All right, that's pretty close. I mean, it's cooler. It's not as warm as the House Labs one, but I think that'll do just fine. I'm just gonna use the same brush. I'm gonna wipe it off on my rag here. All right, here we go. So this is looking very promising. So far, I like how it's applying, but it is not nearly as pigmented as the one from House Labs. Let's just go in with another layer, right? All right, now I am gonna focus on blending the edge. You can definitely see the difference in tones. Again, that this is a lot warmer than this one, but I think that once we put the greens on top, I think we can make it work. This one from Revlon, it's not bad at all. I just have to build it. This is a fourth layer that I'm putting on to get that rich pigmentation. But that's fine. I don't mind building upon it. I just wanted to get to that level of pigmentation to match the other eye. And again, with a bigger brush, I'm just going to blend. It's a bit messy out here, but that's okay. We'll clean it up after. Now I'm gonna use the Lisa Eldridge Sorcery palette. This is the darkest green and it's a matte formula. So I'm just gonna take it and I'm gonna place it all over the lid. Because we have the cream underneath, that's gonna help this eyeshadow to stick really well. What I really like about this palette is that it's not so in your face green. Once you see the colors applied on the eyes, like this one, it is green, but it's a very wearable green that you can use to smoke things out or darken the outer V, and it's not gonna look like a super colorful eye look. So don't be intimidated by the colors in this palette. They're truly beautiful. Now for the other eye, I am going to use this eyeshadow from ColourPop in the shade Empire. I'm grabbing a clean brush to pick this up, and I'm hoping that this is going to give me something similar to that green on the other eye. Okay, so this is immediately, now this is truly a saturated green. You see that? And it is more metallic, so the finish is a lot more reflective. So even though things are looking very different eye to eye, I think that in the end, this is gonna work out. I think. Doesn't look like it, but I think it will. Wow, yeah, super vibrant. All right, well, let's keep going. Wiping off my brush again. Now we're gonna start to bring in the gold into the look. So we're gonna go with Madrigal. This is the shade that convinced me to get this palette. Am I gonna put it all over? I am going to start placing it in the middle. Or all over, hold on. Man, yeah, this is not how I did it last time. Let's see if I can just tap and pick up a little bit of, okay, no, that's not gonna work. So let's go with it. What I did last time was I put it all over the lid, sorry. Whoops. And look at that color. Isn't it gorgeous? Because it's a gold, but it's not a yellowy gold. It's like a burnished gold, would that be the term? Like an antique gold. Now I'm taking this middle green and I am gonna put it in the inner and outer parts of the lid. And I am going to even take some of that green and just put it here on the crease very softly. Now in the other eye, we're gonna go with ColourPop, the Super Shock Shadow in the shade Green Juice. So I'm hoping that this is similar to this one. Let me just swatch them here to get an idea of what I'm getting myself into. Ooh, okay. I mean, this is more of a yellow gold, whereas this one is more nuanced. It has like a darker base. It's like a dirty gold, really. But I'm gonna take this ColourPop shade and let's see what happens. So I'm gonna pop it here in the middle. I think it needs to extend a bit to the inner and the outer. Okay, now we're talking. Yeah, I see it. I see this coming to life. They're looking a lot more similar, right? Yeah. Now for eyeliner, I'm gonna take this one from Sephora in the shade Matte Moss. And I'm gonna use it to tightline. And I'm gonna use this one on both eyes because I don't have a drugstore counterpart to this green. I'm bringing the eyeliner that I'm tightlining with all the way into the inner corner. Now on the high-end side, I am going to use the Lisa Eldridge eyeliner in ground coffee, and I think that this is an unfair advantage that this side is going to have because I doubt that the drugstore has something of this level of quality. And I say that if you haven't tried these eyeliners. Not only are they pigmented, but they are so soft. They glide on effortlessly, so there's zero tugging on your skin. And as you can see, even if you place them on top of a metallic finish, they don't get lost in it. I can still see the pigment. If you like your eyeliner to look really precise, like for the line to look clean and precise, then these eyeliners might not be for you because they smudge so easily that they might transfer on you. Like you might start seeing transfer on the bottom, but I like it because I like that lived in kind of grungy look. So for me, they're great. So I'm cleaning up down here with the Q-tip. In the meantime, let's move on to eyeliner on the other side. The one I got is this one. It says it's new, Revlon Color Stay Micro. What I liked about this is that it says it has a micro tip. So I like that. I'm hoping this is really small so that it just gets into your waterline easier. Yeah, look how little and thin that is. Cool. Let's put it to the test, shall we? On the waterline. Nice, impressive. It is giving me pigment. One thing though, I thought that because this has a smaller, tiny little tip, that it was gonna be easier to do the waterline. And I guess it is, but you have to be even more careful because if you poke your eye, you're gonna feel it a lot more. It's gonna feel like you're stabbing it because you have a finer tip. And I'm just running it between the lashes. Okay, now I do the same thing that I did on the other side. Let's put it here on the waterline. It does give you the pigment. The payoff is not as good as the one from Lisa Eldridge, but this one is working well. Now I'm gonna use the other end, which is like a little spongy tip. I'm really liking this eyeliner, and it might be just a little bit easier to use because it smudges, but not very easily. So it's harder to make messes like I did over here because the eyeliner doesn't go everywhere. Before we clean things around the eyes, like mainly here on the under eye and out here, let's get some bronzer. So for the drugstore side, I'm using the one from Milani. I have it in the shade 03 Suntan. I'm just gonna pick that up and I'm running it along the crease. I feel like the green shades need more grounding, and that is what the bronzer is intended to do in this case. And I'm also gonna bring it here under the brow, just add some drama. And I'm even gonna flick it outwards just a little bit. And I'm also gonna put the bronzer here in my lower lash line just to smoke things out and to make the transition. Essentially, I'm using it as a transition shade as well. And going back to the eyeliner, I'm just putting it here in the outer third along the lash line. Wow, this is it's a little bit scratchy. It's so pointy. I do like the size though, the size of the tip. For this side, I'm gonna take Hoola from Benefit as the bronzer and then run that along the crease. I'm gonna pinch my brush, get some more of that bronzer, and then put it here on the lash line. I'm taking a makeup wipe and I'm just cleaning up the under eye. Okay, I'll just need to redo some of my foundation. Actually, I'm just taking my foundation brush and this should help a lot. All right, let's put on some lashes. These are Ardell's 420s. So I placed first the center and now I'm grabbing the corner, outer corner, now inner corner. All right, lashes are on. Now I'm gonna just finish up the rest of my makeup. And the rest of the makeup I'm not gonna do once I drugstore the other one high-end. I'm just gonna put the same makeup all over and it's gonna be mostly Sephora brands, which is normally what I use. Now to set my makeup, I'm gonna use this loose powder from Fenty, which to be honest, I've used very little. So if you like it, if you don't like it, let me know in the comments what you think of this powder. I'm gonna use it here on my T-zone. Mainly, I said on my T-zone while I was doing the under eyes. Smile lines, and yes, under the eyes. Make sure nothing is creased under there. All right. For blush, I am taking this peachy, it's like a peachy bronze, what's it called? Peach Twist shimmer blush from MAC. I just want to bring back or add some color to the face. I want it to look good paired with this green eye. Yeah, I like that. And even though this is a shimmery finish, I'm not finding it to be unflattering. Well, maybe a little bit. If you put a lot of it, yes, it's gonna emphasize your pores and texture. So I am gonna leave it at that. Yeah, I'm gonna take that Milani bronzer all over the face. I'm gonna do a little bit of brows with my Benefit pencil, mainly just fill in here on the bottom, a little bit on the arch. Okay, and now I take my spoolie and run it over those lines to blur them out. And I'm peeling because I used salicylic acid last night and I have little flakes of skin everywhere. Sorry about that. Moving on to the lips, I am using Spice from MAC, which has a little bit of a warmth, like a peachiness to it. And now I'm gonna use this shade. I think it's gonna be perfect, from Tarte, the Maracuja Juicy Lip in the shade Coconut. Yeah, perfect color. This is exactly what I had in mind. So it's so soft. Look how soft it is. It really like melts on your lips. Okay, how is everything looking? I think that I could use more bronzer. Oh, you know what's missing? That is, something looked off. And I think I know what it is. I gotta bring the warmth to my nose because we don't have any bronzer there. So I'm gonna take this eyeshadow brush and just very roughly okay, fantastic. A little bit of brow gel. All right, this is a finished look. Now let's go and see what it looks like outside. Actually, I don't like the lip, so I'm gonna take it off. And I'm going with something less peachy. This is Barely Pink from Makeup by Mario. This is his lip plumping serum. Okay, this is better. Yeah, so it's more in the nude family rather than the peachy family. I think this looks, yeah, I think this looks a lot better, right? Okay, now let's go see what it looks like outside. Okay, so now we're outside. What do you think? What do you think of the eyes? Do they look pretty similar? What do you think of the shades? I do like this lip a lot better. Okay, now I'm sitting in my dining room table next to a window so you can get an accurate representation of the look. I think you can see the green, but it's not, like I said, it's not in your face green. What do we think? What do we think? Do you like one side better than the other? Do they both look the same? Yeah, let me know. See you in the next one.